Hey guys, 2D here, welcome back for round 2 of the season at the Australian Grand Prix, where hopefully we can redeem ourselves for last time out in Jeddah, where we finished P10 after an unfortunate race. If you haven't seen that video already, be sure to check that one out before you see this one. Let's have a look at the standings. We are P10. Sauber, our team, is currently 3rd in the championship because our teammate put in a really good performance at Jeddah, finishing P2. Behind Lewis, who is looking to be maybe our championship rival. He's a very quick driver. Okay, Jeddah was definitely not a fluke. That win was really good, although I think we could have had it if that race went our way, but you know, he deserved it and it was definitely off pace for him. Let's go out for our first short qualifying run, where we will hopefully just get a good banker lap in, as you saw we let our teammate through, who, let's see what he can do on his first run of the session. He goes P1 with a 16.092, a very good lap, but hopefully we can go even quicker than him. Through turn 1, a little bit wide, we got slightly spat out by the curb unfortunately, which will probably cost us maybe half a tenth. Down into the braking zone, nice and close on that curb. You don't want to touch that red sausage curb too much, but just get as close to it as you physically can. This really quick chicane is really kind of annoying, to be honest, since the track limits through there are a little bit broken. You can cut it, but you know. We go up to the line for a 15.8 on our first run of this short qualifying session. We have fueled up with enough fuel to go for 2 runs, so a run, cool down, run, and we are heading on to that second lap now. Through turn 1, hopefully we can do it a little bit better than we did last time, and we gain just a few thousandths through the first 2 corners, but these tyres around here, they are really only good for 1 lap. So I mean, through the first sector they're alright, but as you go on about halfway through the lap on the second run, they just completely go off, which is where we did not improve. So we come back into the box, onto our second set of tyres. We're going to use all 3 sets of tyres because the softs will not be usable in the race already. I think they were on like 10% or something, I didn't quite see. I think they're on about 10% after just, well, 2 proper laps in qualifying. So through turn 1 and 2, massive improvement, already a tenth up. As you can see, that first run, as I said, really wasn't great through this turn 1 and 2, but just the first sector in general was not great, as we have already gained 2 tenths into this right-hander. Oh, it's way too wide and just really slow through there. There's definitely at least another tenth through there, but the rest of this lap has been decent as we run deep into that sharp right-hander, flat through here, and then into the final 2 corners of the lap. We'll go through them about 2.5 tenths up as we nearly spin. My foot actually slipped on the throttle through there, and I accidentally went to 100% way too early in the corner, which, yeah, I did not mean to do. But anyway, 2 minutes left of the session. We need to get out quickly to get onto our final run. Put on the last set of soft compound tyres, 1:50 as we leave the pit lane. It will be plenty of time to make it, but obviously we can't go too slow since it's not a whole lot of time. Right, through the final corner. This needs to be a good lap because we just have not been able to put together a complete lap in this entire session. Heading into turn 1 as Fjoppe is out of the session. We are going about 200s up. That was a really decent turn 1 and 2. Through into this slow right-hander, one of the slowest corners of the track. Absolutely perfect through there. Really, this first sector has been about as good as it could possibly be. We've gained 300ths through sector 1, through to this right-hander. It's a purple sector 1. Really good through there. Maybe we've got another half a tenth through there if we completely pushed it, but that was a pretty good right left, and hopefully it won't stop us from getting pole in this session. We have gained about a tenth of a second as we head to the left right. Don't invalidate through here, tough not to, but we managed to get through it. Nearly 2 tenths up as we head to the sharp right-hander. It's deep, but it's alright. We haven't lost any time. In fact, we've gained a tenth through there, but there's still probably a tenth on the table through there since we just haven't managed to properly make that corner on any of our runs. But anyway, good last couple of corners, which is going to give us a 3/10 improvement, and this is going to be close for pole. It is a 4:01, and we miss out on pole by 36 thousandths of a second. Lewis gains pole position. Our championship rival will be first. We will line up second on the grid, and our teammate in third. So that was a close one. Unfortunately, we couldn't quite make it 2 poles in a row, but we'll check. And Lewis seems to be starting on hard tyres here, so we are just going to match him because I know we're close on pace. I know I can keep up with him. So we are just going to start on the same tyres as him and hope for the best. As we've got a glitch. We cannot see the lights, but it's 5 lights, and it is lights out, and away we go. It's an excellent start for us. Really good reaction despite that glitch, not being able to see the HUD for the lights. Through into turn 1, it's so close. We force them a little bit wide through on the exit, and now we've got the inside line heading into turn 3, a little bit deep on the brakes, which means we have to push him, and he's coasted. The game is a little bit broken. So he has ghosted, but we are going to lift off the throttle just, to get out of that one, because that's not exactly how you want to battle. So through the quick left-right chicane we go, and through the final corner. He's made a massive mistake already on lap 1, struggling on that exit. That is the most difficult corner on the track. It's really hard for traction. Through turn 1 and 2, we are just going to let him go back past as our teammate has been spun, which is not what you want this earlier on in the race, but at least he has got time to recover. But all the way down to about halfway down the pack. But here we come, looking round the outside. Can we finally take the lead on lap 2? We're going to go for the old switcheroo. It's not going to work. Fiofe is looking round the outside, and that is weird, that one. I think that was just a netcode issue, but I'm sorry about that. I don't really know how that happened. But finally, third time lucky, down the inside on lap 3, and that is a virtual safety car, as Fiofe is out of the session. So, time to take a breather. We are in P1, but we are probably not going to be able to break away from Lewis, as the VSC is ending. Nice half a second up on our delta, no risk of penalty, as we make a big snap through that right-hander. Lewis nearly goes into the back of us, and now he is going to go back into the lead using the DRS to go back through, and that is very early on the brakes from him, which was a little bit scary, but it is all right. And we have a look around the outside, nothing coming of that, but we go back down the inside, and at this point, as you can see, Blurp is in P3, and we are just, to be honest, the reason I'm going for any overtakes at all, I would just sit behind him, but the reason I'm going for overtakes is I'm just trying to put Lewis offline to help Blurp maybe go for an overtake on him somewhere. But that is a bit of a weird moment on the brakes. Lewis takes the inside line as we try and look around the outside, but nothing coming through here. Through on the exit of turn 2, here we go around the outside, and this will be an easy overtake down into turn 3. But Lewis will go back through, as we are just at this point DRS swapping, to be honest. But unfortunately Blurp just cannot get close enough to really go for any move, and that was a bit late on the brakes for me, which just cost us about half a second. But are we going to go for an overtake here? Yes we are, and you can see these these overtakes, like I said, these won't matter too much as long as we do not get spun from attempting a move. We're just trying to help Blurp maybe have a shot at overtaking Lewis, as he has a massive snap. It's starting to struggle on those tyres as we head on to lap 10. I'm going to look round the outside, just about a car's width given. Round the outside, down into turn 1, and we are back up into the lead of this race on lap 10. We have made maybe a half a second gap to Lewis, but the DRS is just so powerful down that straight that Lewis is just easily able to take the lead, saying that he has a big snap, and he's forced us onto the grass there. That was a bit dodgy, to be honest, but we will hopefully be able to retake the lead, heading down into turn 1 from Lewis onto lap 11, and it's wheel to wheel as we head into turn 1. We're going to brake later and have the DRS advantage. We are through into the lead again, and that is a safety car. That was perfect timing for us, but, well, it's not perfect timing, is it? Because we're on the hards. We're going to have to do 18 laps on the medium tyres, which is very difficult. Yeah, this is going to be a tricky rest of the race. As Lewis just overtakes us into the pit lane as I was trying to keep positive on my delta, but alright. Yeah, but as I was saying, mediums, it's going to be tough to make them go for 18 laps until the end of the race. I think Mark is going to recommend us to box, but we can't really do that because we will just be forfeiting any chance of a win, as Lewis has gotten a slow stop, which means he does finally drop down to third and Bluff is finally ahead. We'll retain the lead because of that.
You're approaching the safety car.
But yeah, this has made our race a lot more difficult, to be honest. But well, we'll just have to see what there is we can really do, because luckily for us, the safety car stayed out really long, which means the tyres will probably make it, but I mean, by about lap 22 they're going to be dead, so we'll just have to see what we can do. When are we going to go? We go now. We've unfortunately kind of hurt Blurp's restart there, which is going to allow Lewis an opportunity to go back through into P2 through turn 1 and 2. Lewis goes back ahead, and there is nothing Blurp can do about that, but our teammate is up into P4, which is great for Sauber. Here comes Lewis, he's looking for the switcheroo, he's not going to do it, he's had to lift off through the chicane there, but Lewis, is he going to send it from all the way back there? He does, and that could have ended badly. Luckily it does not. We are wheel to wheel through this fast right-hander and down into the final 2 corners of the track. Lewis is going to take it from us onto lap 17, and Blurp has let our teammate through. What a guy. That is a massive help for us. Blurp is effectively a third driver for Sauber, which is which is great for us. So we are now running 2-3, but our teammate does have that 3-second penalty to limit him from maybe being able to finish in P2, as Blurp has also gotten a 3 seconds, which is going to help him and hopefully guarantee him at least a podium, as Lewis is going very slow through that quick chicane there. But speaking of quick chicanes, this is another quick chicane which we are looking for an overtake on. That doesn't quite work out for us. Lewis is going to stay ahead for now, but heading down into turn 1, we are going to try and orchestrate a double overtake for Sauber and hopefully get into a 1-2 position and just guarantee hopefully a win for us. We push Lewis a little bit wide through turn 2, which is going to allow our teammate a really good run as he goes down the inside and takes second place, and it is a Sauber 1-2. Somehow after Alfie was spun on just lap 2, through he goes up into the lead of the race from like 8th to 1st. That is an incredible drive, as Lewis has sent it. I think he knows that the pressure is on now with 10 laps remaining in this race to try and do something, as he is in now the effective lead of the race. We're going to have to take this back from him and not just sit in a DRS train for the rest of this race. We're going to burn a lot of ERS and go down the inside, our favourite move to do around here, and we go back up into P2 with DRS assistance. He is not going to be able to challenge us down as we head to turn 3. Are we going to invert the cars once again? No. Alfie will keep the lead of the race for now, but we are going to have to try something if we want to get a 1-2. I think we should have the win in the bag, but we need to pull at least 3 seconds to Lewis for Alfie to finish P2. We're going to box in Lewis. Just no way we are letting him back through again. And look at this. We're going to box him in once again. Alfie blocks off the racing line and we block off the inside. No opportunities are going to be allowed for Lewis to get back through. I think we're going to repass our teammate and retake the lead. We are of course in the effective lead of the race already, but we are going to take the lead on track as we head down into the chicane. And now we have a car between us and Lewis, which is absolutely perfect, as that was a moment. You can see these tyres are already going off, but we'll have a look at the leaderboard, and Lewis has made a mistake through the chicane and he has dropped a second, and now if there's any time to find a little bit more pace in these tyres, it is now. We need to pull a second to Lewis, as Lewis has got a 3-second time penalty, and this now means that Sauber is in a position for a 1-2 with 5 laps remaining, which will be an absolutely incredible performance for the team after our disappointment in Saudi Arabia and Alfie being spun earlier on in this race. As we have another moment, these tyres are absolutely dying, as they're on 42% on the rear left. But we are going to retake the lead of the race, and we have firmly dropped Lewis and Blurp from our DRS now, which means we just need to survive 3 more laps and it will be a Sauber 1-2. But the race is not over yet. We go past a lapped car there who has luckily ghosted us. That could have been a bit scary for us if he did not. But Alfie goes back through down the second DRS straight. Of course, those 2 straights share a detection point. And onto lap 27, we are going to repass back to the lead of the race. We're just DRS trading with our teammate here, just to try and keep building that gap to 3rd place, just to make sure that we have every single possible scenario covered, so that there's no way that we can lose this race. With 2 laps left, we are leading. Alfie will go back through on lap 28 of 29, and as every lap counts down, it is looking more and more likely that we could see 2 green cars on the top steps of the podium as we go through turn 1 and 2 for the final time in this race. And we are going to go past our teammate for one final time down this straight. And it is, look at that gap, we've already built 6 seconds to 3rd place in just a few laps, and we have now shown our absolute pace of both of the drivers in these cars. And we make a little bit of a mistake through the chicane, but Alfie will not challenge us down through into this right-hander, through into the final sector now. Just a few more corners to go, 2 more corners to go, 1 more corner to go on the exit of this one as we head down the straight, down to the checkered flag. It will be a Sauber 1-2, and across the line come the 2 green cars, and wow.
Nice one. Very lovely drive. On to the next one.
We will absolutely take that performance. After disappointment last time out in Saudi Arabia. It's a 1-2 for Sauber. Alfie now leads the championship by 2 points over Lewis, Blurp in third, and we move up from 10th all the way up to 4th place in this championship. Sauber leads by a whole 23 points after just 2 races over Mercedes in the Constructors. Thank you guys all for watching, and we'll see you next time for the US Grand Prix Round 3 in Texas.